What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Playmaker Way of the Playbook. Hope you're having a great day, morning, or evening. And y'all read the title, man. How to avoid false breakouts. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. I appreciate you giving this video a chance. Make sure to hit that bell and sub button because we don't just post weekly videos like this, but we also post weekly trade breakdowns, weekly stock analysis and plays, weekly crypto analysis and plays, and most importantly, we live stream and live trade every day, London session 3 a.m. EST on this very same channel. So we're not your typical investment or trading channel. We show you how to make money both on the front end as well as on the back end, meaning how to make both passive as well as active income when it comes to investing and when it comes to these charts. And I want to give a special shout out to the members and students, y'all. Shout out to my boy Ethan, made $300 in 2 hours. GJ last week. You can see the screenshot. He says, just like what you said during our one-on-one sessions the other day, don't overthink, keep it simple. The playbook works. So you see, he sent the screenshot. Then we got my boy Isaac. All right. You can't see the top of the screenshot, but he was in the London session live. He said, apply what I learned in the course. Once the news kicked in, it just kept going. And all you gotta do is hit that first link in the description, join the free signal, free Telegram, then scroll your way up to the beginning of the month, May 2nd. You can see we did the recap of last month. Last month, April, we caught a total of 68,765 pips. Ended the month 16-1, only took one loss last month, giving us a 94% win rate. All you gotta do is click this blue highlighted. It's going to take you to the beginning of April. We do recap the week at the end of every week, recap the day at the end of every day. And at the beginning of the week, we drop the Sunday chart analysis, going over all the high impact news for the week and going over not just what we see price doing Sunday night going into Monday, but what we see price doing throughout the entire week. Literally everything's dated, timed, and documented. One thing I always tell my members and students, especially behind the scenes on the one-on-one sessions in the course channel, is that the ultimate goal of trading and investing is to go for high probability, high quality setups. So the main reason why breakouts and fake outs happen is because there's one extra step that people don't do, whether they just skip it due to not knowing or just due to impatience, and that's waiting for not just a break but a retest. One thing I always tell the members and students is it's important where the candlestick goes, but it's more important where the candlestick close. So I just use this as the thumbnail for example. I didn't take this setup because again, price never broke and held this low as support. You watch any of my trade breakdowns on YouTube, go to the day trading, go to the trade breakdown playlist on the same channel, and I break down all the trade breakdowns the exact way. You watch me in the London session lives, we wait for the same exact thing in the same exact way. We don't just go for the breakout, we go for the break and we enter off the retest. Now, why do you want to enter off of the retest? Because if you do not understand what makes price go up is when price can break or hold a resistance level and treat it as support. What makes price go down is if it can break and hold a level from support to resistance, right? So we see here that price broke this level, but never held it as resistance, which is why, again, you want to wait for a retest. Because imagine you would have went for a sell here because price rejected this level. All you had to do was wait to see if it could retest and hold as resistance, but you see it didn't do so. And then what happened? Price went and continued to push it upside, right? Even look at this setup here. Again, buys wasn't the wrong move to go for, but because you didn't wait for the retest or see if price could close and hold that level, you would have got wicked out and took an unnecessary loss. Versus here, right, when we do the bar replay, we can see price. Let's go a little bit slower, actually. Broke and watch the wick when price breaks that golden line. So again, you see how price rejected that level. Now look at how price does when it retests. Look at that retest wick, right? So it went quick, but if you was watching this in real time, price went all the way down here, shoulder was holding as support, and then look what happened after price shoulder was holding as support. It pushed to the upside, right? So a lot of times the moves you're going for aren't necessarily the wrong moves to go for. You're just missing that final step, just like here. Was buys the wrong move to go for here? No, it's just because price was not ready or able to hold that low as support, which is why price rejected. And then this would have been a fake out because people would have thought sells, but in all actuality, we're still in the uptrend. You see what I'm saying? So what was the difference between this move and this move? It was simply price broke the level, held at support, and then pushed up. So when price not only breaks low but maintains and changes from resistance to support or support to resistance, that's that extra confirmation that people be missing out on, because the extra confirmation tells you that price not only has a higher likelihood of it going your way and going in your direction, going in your favor, but it also shows you that you have a higher likelihood of price holding that and moving at that moment, right? So again, we see price broke that level but didn't hold. Price broke that level but didn't hold, broke that level but didn't hold, broke that level but didn't hold. But we see here, price broke that level, retested, held that support, then pushed to the upside, right? And this works with sells as well. Again, price broke this level, held as resistance, pushed down. Versus here, price broke the level, failed to hold as resistance, failed to hold, failed to hold. So imagine if we would have went for sells all right here. We would have fell for fake outs or liquidity sweeps and took unnecessary losses. But when volume picked up, we see price broke through that level, held as resistance easily. So again, what was the difference between going for sells here and here? It was volume, and price was ready to do that move, right? Just like right here, price failed to hold this level as resistance, but when price broke here, retested, held as resistance, then the move continued, right? Just like right here, price retraced, held as resistance, dropped down. All right, you see how that works? Versus here, price broke, didn't hold as resistance, which is why price pushed back up. You see what I mean? So you want to go for buys or sells after price retests. So again, look here, price failed to hold, but when price broke here, held as support, we went for the buy. Again, look at this gold level. Price broke this level, failed to hold that support, failed to hold that support. But when price broke it, retested, held that support, continued to push up. Again, price broke that level, but retest failed to hold, which is why price retraced. You see what I'm saying? So you want to wait for the retest. Now I know y'all can look at this chart and be like, oh, but wait, that's not the case all the time. That is how y'all be messing up and hurting y'all's accounts as well. Y'all find an exception to the rule, and because y'all find an exception, you want to just throw away the whole rule. No, the rule is in place because that's what's valid more times than not. You see what I'm saying? Again, there's nothing that's going to be 100%, but you want to go for, again, high probability, high quality setups. So again, you want to go for and have rules and stick to rules that when you follow these rules, you have the highest probability, highest likelihood of the trade you take not only going your way, but you making money. And this is what I do with every single trade. That's why our win rates are so high and the amount of pips and moves we catch are so big, because we never take a trade without a retest confirmation. Okay, y'all, it's that simple. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions, comments, concerns you may have. Make sure to hit that first link in the description, join the free Signal and free Telegram. If you're interested in learning how to identify these levels, my Signal service, my mentorship programs, make sure to hit those links in the description, y'all. Y'all saw how we've been doing this month, how we did last month, how we did this week. Last week, we've been going absolutely crazy. But before you make a decision, let me tell you a little bit about those details. And again, you see the proof's in the pudding. Every trade we take is a retest confirmation, y'all. Advanced Play Signal, we trade Tokyo session exclusively with the members. We trade London session and then New York. Just like the Sunday chart analysis I drop in the free Signal, I drop one every day during New York session called the New York Price Watch List. This is where I go over the trades we took during Tokyo session, London session, and possible setups going into New York. I don't just say we're looking for buys or looking for sells. I explain why we're looking for buys, why we're looking for sells, and then I take it a step further and go over key price points to look for entries and exits on. As you can see here, I call this Signal. You see I'm walking y'all through what's going on with the trades we're in. I'm giving y'all updates to what I talked about in the New York Price Watch List. And then of course you see me showing y'all screenshots to visually show y'all what's going on behind the scenes, or what I see on my end behind the scenes. All right, we also have exclusive live streams that we go live during New York news events at least twice a week. And just like the London session lives, if you missed the live, they're recorded and posted in here so you can watch them when you get a chance. You have access to over 500 videos of daily chart analysis and weekly live streams. And in fact, you have access to even the ones last year in 2022. Then there's also the pinned messages like the account size key, the student and member group chat, and much more. Now, I also have the course, of course. The course doesn't just teach you my trading strategy, it also teaches you how to read the charts, because that's what I teach y'all. You saw I had no indicators, no trend lines. It's simply just market flow and trading and entering and exiting off key price levels. Now, all the stuff that I just went over, You get access to all that stuff in the course channel. So that way, not only do you have the step-by-step playbook of how to look and read any chart at all times, but you have ongoing chart analysis, ongoing education for life. Now, I also have one-on-one sessions. One-on-one sessions also comes with access to the advanced play signal room and the student member group chat. That way you can earn while you learn, but then you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded an hour long, but you also get 2 sessions a week that are recorded in an hour long and they're sent to you the same day. Those are yours to keep for life. So if you're interested in that, hit those links in the description. If y'all want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram at playmaker_way. Also make sure to follow me on there, and TikTok _playmakerway_. I post daily on both pages. And I'll see y'all next time I'm live or next time I post a video. Peace. We out.